Assalamualaikum and very good day to everyone. Today I would like to present our study. It's about visual rhetoric and visual communications, theory and concept in public service announcement advertising campaign. My name is Muliyati binti Mat Alim from Faculty of Art and Social Science, University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Malaysia, and with my co-author Rushana Sulaiman from Faculty of Art and Design from UITM, University Technology, Mara, Malaysia. Now I would like to start with introductions about what is the visual communications. Visual communication, this is terms in the process of conveying informations and relating meaning. This is according to the SU in 1999. And according to Muliyati in 2005, visual communication is a part of the combinations of field of thought. And Frascara in 1997 said that visual communication is an academic subject that is widely studied, covering various fields including communications and rhetoric, psychology, social science, and even design. Okay, the purpose of this study, this is to carry out, explores and investigate the existence of the theory and concept of visual rhetoric in public service announcement campaign. Concept of visual rhetoric analysis conducted to classify components, the characteristic and symbol interpretations. It also aimed to evaluate the implications of the study based on the theory and concept applied. The research methodology for this study, we're using a qualitative approach. This is to focus on the elements, images and color in understanding the implementations of the visual rhetoric concept in the PSA campaign or public service announcement campaigns. So here we have two methods of the data collections, which is visual observations and documentation analysis. The first concept we're using based on this study is the visual rhetoric. So visual rhetorics actually can simply give or implicit meaning to a particular visual image. This is describe the culture reflected in the visual as well. Visual rhetoric, this is the applications of knowledge that focuses on the process of translating symbol into picture to convey a message or communicate. This is one of the example diagram for the concept of the visual rhetoric. This is explaining the relationship of the eye with the brain that processes meaning producing. This is according to the Newbold in 2013. So as you can see, to produce visual rhetoric, we need to start with the eyes, okay, to get the visual input. Example like color, layout, shape, typography and so on. After that, we will form the conceptual context. Okay, and then we start to interpret based on the persuasions, example like reasons, emotions and also credibility. Then after that, the brain will start to produce the meaning behind of the output or visual output. Three main features of the visual rhetoric. Here we can discuss as one, symbolic actions. In the visual rhetoric, picture should go as a sign symbol and the picture is indirectly connected to the thing being referred to. And then the second one is the human interventions. So this is considered as a designer engage with the visual rhetorics when relate to the process of creating a picture. And then this process involves as a selections of color, shape, media, and maybe for the measurements. Then the third one in the visual rhetoric is a presence of the audience. So visual rhetorics or visual elements is produced and modified by a designer actually to communicate with the audience or the community. Alright, so almost all the communication in rhetorical, they have a persuasive nature in advertising or campaign message to specific audience. And according to McGee in 2008, visual communication is included in the framework of having rhetoric because of the persuasions toward people through use of visual and as well as a word. So visual rhetoric can be understood based on these three things: involve field of the study, involve with a method or principles of the visual design, and type of the visual communications. Alright, so this is one of the example of the advertisement from the public service announcements. Advertisement, the title for this ad is Cut a Tree, Kill a Life. This is produced in March 2015. So if you talk based on the three main character or main features from the visual rhetoric, involved with a symbolic action, human interventions, and also presence audience. So as we can see from symbol actions, involved with the signifier and signified as a symbol. Okay, so from this ad we can see image on the animal, on the surface, on the tree, and then blood flow. That's considered as a symbol for this ad. And then when go to the human interventions or the designer, this is designed on the surface for the tree to represent symbolic of the actions, and then digitalized paint in 2D and convey some style. And then presence of the audience, this is based on the audience view. There were image of animals on the surface of the tree, and then have some blood red, and then image of the animal from the tree trunk. This is based on the audience view, refer to the deforestations, and then the title help the audience to understand the message of the ad. Okay, the second concept in visual rhetoric or in the support of the concept of the producing visual rhetoric is ethos, pathos, and logos. So ethos, pathos, and logos, they are set of persuasive concepts used to persuade or influence an audience. The term is derived from a Greek word by Aristotle, and then this term widely actually used in the field of the art, especially in advertising. So what is the ethos? So ethos actually is one of the ethical appeal. Okay, this is used in the field of the advertising, example to show the audience the credibility of an advertisement or campaign. Okay, second one is the pathos. Pathos is an emotional attraction where it is also used to persuade the audience in advertising. Example, writers, presenters, or advertisers, they use pathos to attract sympathy and delve into what is conveyed in the message. In public service announcement campaign, for example, the audience will have some emotional feelings for the consequences that have to be borne by wild animal due to the forest destructions. The third one is logos. This is the appeal of logic, of the use of logic and reason to pursue an audience. The use of these logos actually indicate facts and perhaps even statistic, history, analogies, and also the characteristic of the subject. Okay, the implications of the application visual rhetoric and advertising. There were theory and concept allow all the type of ad design to be created, view, read, and translate well either by designer or the audience. And the applications play a very important role, allow each image to illustrate meaning by being used in the form of visual rhetoric and giving maximum impact. So for this study, as a conclusions, theory and concept in visual rhetoric become important element of connecting symbol with message to be conveyed to the audience. Symbol from image as well as tag used in campaign ad carry a specific message to the target audience. According to the Cheung in 2011, it explained all the type of design, including advertising design, are about meaning. Nur Shafinas in 2014 and Peterson in 2017 stated that visual rhetoric is an important element to increase effectiveness in conveying the message to the audience, and metaphor presented in any advertisement and are often produced entirely through visual. For this, explorations and interpretation finding in the study can be seen that use of the good concept of the visual rhetoric can produce campaign ad with a more meaningful and clear message to the audience. That's only for the presentations, and thank you.